Hey, it's Michael, and today I want to talk about what I would do if I were to learn Spanish from zero or teach it to someone else. Thanks for clicking on the video. I'm still trying to figure out this whole YouTube thing, so I'm going to try and make these shots a little longer. I'm still nervous about not cutting every single bit together, but we will get there. So today I'm going to talk about how to learn Spanish from zero to fluent. I'm going to give you 5 points to remember. Each of these 5 points could have like 10 points of their own, but let's just focus on 5, keep it simple. With number 1 being that you have to have a good base. So how do you build this base? You could do anything from Duolingo to any other very beginner program that can get you your first words and grammar in. So when you're first starting to learn Spanish, you're gonna soak everything in. If all you know is hola, ¿cómo estás? And maybe fiesta, then as soon as you encounter those nouns or those verbs that you're like, oh, I wish I knew that, you're gonna soak it right up. And you do need to do this before you get to number 2, which is find a coach to help you or a teacher. Number 2, which is find a coach or a teacher to help you. Now, is it absolutely necessary to get one? No. Does it help a lot? Yes. So I'm someone that loves to learn languages, so it took me a long time to do it, but I enjoyed every single step of the way. If I had a coach, for example, for Spanish or for French or for Portuguese or for any other language, I would have probably gone 3 times as fast, because it's easy to say, I don't know where to go, I don't know where I'm going, and I really do need help with this. And to be able to say, hey, I know you've taught a lot of other people how to do this, could you help me out, is going to help out a lot. For example, with the guitar, I love playing the guitar. So while I am still an intermediate guitar and go at a very slow pace, I still have a lot of fun with it. And the piano, for example, is an instrument that I really do want to play, but I don't know if I'd have the same patience to maybe go for 3 years to intermediate when I could have just gotten a coach to reduce that to 1. So number 2, remember, is to get a teacher or a coach. The third one is to find language partners. So where do you find these language partners? These native Spanish speakers, usually these are natives, right? I recommend to find natives. Are people that I find on italki or any other website where you can exchange languages. Now on italki, you can either pay for a teacher or a community tutor, or you can do a language exchange, which is what I do, which is that you teach your language, whatever languages you know, and in return, you get taught the other language. Now, with this free service, it's not going to be exactly teaching, and it's more just having conversations depending on how you structure up your sessions. I structure up my sessions very rigidly because I've tried to do it in a flexible way, doesn't work. So I have a very rigid schedule, yet you can do anything that works for you. I recommend to speak with language partners around 3 times a week, which is what I found to make my Spanish, French, whatever, skyrocket. As soon as I go below 3, that's when every time I have a session, I kind of have to spend half of it just remembering what I did on the last one. And only having 1 session, that's when, if I have a very advanced language, then that's okay, because I already have such a high level that when it starts to go down, it's at a very slow pace. If my language is not very developed, then it's going to go down real quick. So if you're a beginner in Spanish or an intermediate student in Spanish, then your Spanish is going to go down real quick if you don't practice it. So you need to practice. And during these sessions with these language partners, I found out that I was doing so much better because I was speaking what normally people speak about in that language. So at university, when I used to study French, I knew how to write essays, how to read books, how to analyze books, but I didn't know how to say, oh, how was your night? Or what'd you do with them? Or that's cool. And anytime it came up in conversation, it would be so quick that they're like, oh, I went to a party. And I was like, oh, was that? I don't know what to say. How do I say it? Because usually I'd have so much time. All right, so I want to say, how was the party? So that's in the past tense, and it's going to be a question. So let me look up the verb in the right now it's like, go. Let's see, you have to go. So that's why it helped me so much. I skipped number 4, so let's just put it in here, act like I didn't miss anything. Number 4 is to speak at least 3 times a week. Number 5, you want to acquire grammar and vocabulary slowly. I know that a lot of times we always think the one thing that's holding me back is my grammar or vocabulary, and it might be. But doing it all at once is not going to help, because if you start to learn vocabulary and grammar that is only nice to know, that you're like, oh, that's nice, maybe I'll use it sometime in the future, your brain's like, okay, we don't need it, that's fine. And you're never going to learn it, and you're going to have some resistance to even learn it because you're like, what's the point? But if I were to give you some vocabulary or grammar that you need right away, that you're like, oh my gosh, I finally have this vocabulary and grammar that I needed so badly, I'm going to learn it right away, because every time I've been speaking with my language partner, it's just gone wrong, because as soon as I need to conjugate it this way or use this word, I don't know how, you'll learn it right away and you really won't forget it. So it's important to learn vocabulary and grammar as it comes, and not I might need it in the future. So those are my quick 5 steps on how I would learn Spanish from zero or teach it to someone else. Obviously, this is a very quick list. I could go on forever about all 5 topics, but if you do like it, make sure to subscribe. I probably will be talking about every single topic in the future. If you're trying to learn Spanish, you can head over to my website, www.strangelanguageacquisition.com. Get on a call with me, follow me on Instagram, all the good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.